Good evening, everybody. Fab here on this wonderful Tuesday night. Currently 9:07 p.m. Eastern Time. I got the itch. I couldn't wait till Friday, guys. I got the itch to play some CS4. Being my favorite game, I gotta get some more CS4 action in. And since LadyVirgilia is not here with me today, I figure I can do some more spoilery stuff. So that being said, just a forewarning to you guys, this is some extremely spoilery stuff. If you're sensitive to spoilers, I recommend you save this until you've at least gotten through Act 1 of Trails of Cold Steel 4. Please feel free to watch my English subtitle versions of the Japanese import game of CS3 and CS4 on my channel. You can look at those playlists, and I'll make sure to link those in my description on this video below. Thank you very much, guys, for joining in on the chat. I will try my best to respond to you and participate. I appreciate your participation. Yeah, this will be a pretty spoilery stream, unfortunately. Ever since this past weekend, I've really wanted to play this part with Lady, but I'm too. I just, my conscience would die if I spoiled her on this part of the story. But it's one of my favorite parts of Cold Steel 4. I think you guys will enjoy it as well. I will not have any English subtitles on this stream, and I'll be skipping any cutscenes. So that'll help nullify some of the spoilers, but nonetheless, you're still going to see some things that will be pretty spoiler to you. There's some characters appearing in battle, for example. So that's just your forewarning. Feel free to participate in the chat, and I'm watching it, so I'll do my best to reply to you and answer any questions you guys have. We'll be doing the Cold Steel 4 fragment part of the story, which occurs after Act 1. So you have in Cold Steel 4 you have the prologue, then you have Act 1, then you have the fragment part, then you have Act 2, Act 3, and then you have the overture, and then you have the finale. And we will be covering the fragment part tonight. Thank you very much for watching tonight, guys. So, I participated in LadyVirgilia's channel on her most recent video with the Trails in the Sky, the third lore summary at that point in the series. Please check out her channel, and I'll be sure to provide a link to her channel in the description below as well. After the stream is finished, she allowed me the opportunity to narrate her video. Also, tonight's probably going to be the last night that I'm using this microphone, which is I have a gaming headset currently, and I'm just voicing through the microphone built on this Corsair Void wireless headset that I have. Tomorrow I'll have a Audio Technica AT2020 USB, so hopefully I'll sound a little clearer and crisper to you guys on her videos as well as on my streams and my videos that I plan on doing in the future. Well, now that I've given you guys the sufficient warning, this is the spoiler warning. One more time, this is spoiler warning. I won't have any subtitles or cutscenes. However, you might see some characters pop up that you would consider spoilery. In fact, I would consider this part of the game of Cold Steel 4 spoilery enough to not even show Lady. So, you've been warned. Just letting you guys know. If you're not sensitive to spoilers or you just like to tag along and participate, then feel free. Alrighty, so we got this party going on so far. What I'm gonna try and do is change it up. I have Laura in my party all the time, and that's for obvious reasons. But tonight I might change it up just a little bit to give you guys a little dose of all the female characters, at least in Team A tonight. I love the fade-ins in the fragment part of CS4. How the transition into battle, it's just totally smooth. I don't know, it's appealing to me. This Friday we will definitely be streaming. Me and LadyVirgilia will be streaming some Trails content. Not sure which game yet, but we'll definitely be doing it. Along with my new microphone that should be arriving from Amazon tomorrow. So in this part of the story, you have the boys team and the girls team actually split up, with the exception of Sarah. Sarah charged along with the girls team to rescue a very important character, the one that's been missing for all of CS4. Can y'all guess where I'm at? Of course, you gotta have an animated trope where, you know, where you're crawling through a duct and yeah, you got the chicks and all.
培養素稼働はしてないみたいだけど、もしかして目的が達成されたため？検敵必殺行くよ。私の番ね。逃がさない。ファイヤー。私の番だね。行くよ。
That was easy.
めんどいな。行こっか。行くよ。崩れた。
If you guys want to see any of the female characters in action, please comment in the YouTube comments. I'll make sure to bring them out.
よーし。逃がさない。ファイヤー。
The only reason I got Laura outside the party is because I have her in the party a lot. And I'm trying to give everybody a dose of all the CS4 girls. In this party, at least.
各種ステータスアップです。
And Team A. This is one of my favorite parts of Cold Steel 4. And I'm looking forward to playing with you guys tonight. This is too spoiler to play with Lady, so hey, I'll figure I'll play with you guys. Hey, Super Salty Legend. Thank you very much for joining. Indeed. This definitely be a Trails for a stream. I wouldn't settle for any less. If you have any preferred characters you'd like to see in combat, let me know, and I'll make sure that they get some time in action. It's just me by myself, guys, tonight. I do my streams every Friday. My regular streams are every Friday with LadyVirgilia on Friday nights. Anytime, we usually start anytime between like 10 o'clock and midnight Eastern time, which is 8 o'clock to 10 o'clock Pacific time for those y'all on the West Coast.
私の番だね。私の番ね。そこ。デートします。ありがとう。私の番だね。私の番ね。
Just a forewarning for you, Super Soldier Legend. I'm not sure if you've seen any previous Cold Steel 3 or 4 streams in the Japanese version that's been imported, but this part of the game is actually pretty spoilery. But I will be skipping any cutscenes, and I won't be showing any subtitles, so it should at least eliminate that part. But nonetheless, you will see some characters that will probably give away things to you that could possibly happen in the story. But if you're not sensitive to that, then feel free to join in and watch. And I appreciate you watching and commenting. Let's see, we're at over here.
の番だね。行くよ。崩れた。
I don't really give enough attention to Fee, so I figure I'll have her in my party a good bit tonight. For you Fee fans out there.
私の番ね。行こっか。チャンス。もらった。さすがはフィーって感じね。うん。アリサもグッジョブ。
If you guys are curious on the bonding events for Cold Steel 4, I have a playlist on my channel as well for all the Cold Steel 4 bonding events. English subtitled, of course, so you'll get every aspect of it. But just so you know, some of them may have some minor spoilers. Let's go get this fourth treasure chest over here.
行こっか。行くよ。チャンス。アリサ、よろしく。任せて。やっ。
Hey Rick, thanks for joining in. How you doing this evening?
お熱いですがご容赦を。ファイヤー。任せてちょうだい。
I just couldn't wait to do. I couldn't wait till Friday to do another stream. Well, Rick, I wish you the best of luck in those entrance exams. You got a particular college in mind? I'm resisting the urge right now, guys, by the way, to bring Laura in, but I'm doing this for you guys. I'm doing this for the streamers, for the viewers. I have Laura in almost all my parties just because she's pretty much my waifu in these games. But this is for you guys. You guys let me know which female or male characters you like to see, and I'll make sure to bring them out for you guys. You can see some of their combat in CS4.
さすがはフィーって感じね。うん。アリサもグッジョブ。成長しちゃいました。
So this is part of the game that I really wanted to show Lady, but at the same time, I'm like, if I show her this, I'm showing her too much. I feel like if I were to show her this part of the game, so I decided, you know what, I'll just wait until to stream sometime during the week without her on stream to stream this part. Give me 1 second, guys. I'll be right back. Alright. So didn't Falcom JDK do a really good job on this soundtrack? It's just one of my favorite sequences in the game. Due to how awesome the soundtrack is. Alright. This next part here is going to be one of the rare parts for me, because it's going to be the boys team. All except for Sarah, of course. Thank you guys very much for watching. If there's a particular character you guys want to see in this stream, feel free to participate in the chat, and I'll make sure they get some time in the party.
いい風が吹いたようだな。ああ、これもユースのおかげだ。まだまだこれからだ。そこだ。速攻で決める。後期続けガイオス。ああ。行くぞ。いいぜ。俺の番だ。そこだ。崩れたぞ。そこだ。とどめ。いい風が吹いたようだな。ああ、これもユースのおかげだ。
So today, I guess I can talk a little bit about the news that I've heard in the Falcom subreddit as of this week. I've heard conflicting information about those, so I'm not sure whether I should talk about it or not. But I'll let you guys dictate whether we should discuss it or not. But regardless of that, I do think that CS3 is going to be alive and well as of autumn 2019. And I'm really looking forward to seeing the English voice acting behind those big CS characters, including the new Class 7. And I'm really excited about Sarah retaining her voice actress from Cold Steel 1 and 2, because Kerry Kiernan did an amazing job bringing Sarah Valentine's character to life. If I had to pick my favorite voice actor, my favorite English voice actress for the Cold Steel games, Kerry Kiernan with Sarah Valentine. Easy win. Easy win. She did an amazing job. Just how all of Sarah Valentine's tendencies, her, how she appreciates a beer, you can win her over with a beer. I don't know, something about that. It's just awesome. こいつはおまけだ。油断大敵ってな。
崩れたぜ。行くぜ。来るぞ。任せてくれ。俺の番だ。ない。今だ。そこだ。とどめ。いい風が吹いたようだな。ああ、これもユーシスのおかげだ。まだまだこれからだ。お、良さそうな宝箱だ。もいける。
I'll be tagging along for a while, guys. It's a little early for when I normally stream, but that's because I'm actually, believe it or not, I'm actually an East Coast guy. So right now it's 9:30 p.m. for me. On Friday, the main reason why I stream so late on Friday nights is because Lady, she's on the West Coast. So we usually don't start until 10 p.m. At the earliest on the East Coast. I might get some Makias in here just to get a little bit of action from him. His S-Craft is one of the most hilarious S-Crafts I've ever seen. I gotta make sure I show it to y'all tonight.
任せるがいい。貴族の義務果たさせてもらうぞ。
よいしょよいしょ
よいしょ。Let's see. Yep. We got to go this way. We gotta go over here and get some boxes and some chests. Alright, how about we do some swappity right here. Get some Makias action. Hey crew, thank you very much for joining. How far do you plan on streaming for? It's only 9:30 on the East Coast here, so I plan on streaming for a good bit. I'm probably going to go all the way through the fragment section if I had to guess. Also, I have another section I plan to play with you guys as well. That's extremely explorer. I'm just going to take advantage of LadyVirgilia not actually being here, so that way I don't, you know, totally spoil her on all the CS4 stuff, right? So yeah, grab some popcorn, grab a beverage or an adult beverage if you're of age, and relax and watch some CS4. And let me know which characters you'd like to see in action, and I'll make sure that they get some playtime. If there's a particular S-Craft or craft you'd like to see, also let me know. Ren! You want to see some Ren action. Alright. I will definitely keep that in mind. She actually does not get any action in this chapter, or in this part of this chapter, I should say. She does get some action in the earlier part of this chapter, but it's before we come to this location. Let's just say that. How about that? So I'll keep that request in mind, and maybe at the end of the stream, before the end of the stream, I'll get some Ren action. How about that? Does that work for you? Oh my goodness, yes, her S-craft is quite entertaining. It's actually really ridiculous, but it's very fitting for her character for sure. Zane, hey, welcome. Thanks for joining. Thanks for watching again. You started playing Cold Steel 1, alright. I'm glad to hear it. Cold Steel 1 is the very first Trails game I started playing myself when I found it on Steam. I'm very glad I found such an awesome series. Nonetheless, I had no idea that I was about to spend, you know, hundreds of hours of my life on a game series until I discovered it that day. Zane, just giving you a heads up, man. Since you're joining. Oh, I'm glad I could help. I'm not sure if. Sorry if I'm not remembering correctly. I'm not sure if you've played the previous arcs, but if not, I highly, highly, highly recommend at least watching a playthrough of the Trails in the Sky arc and the Crossbell arc. That makes up 5 games. You got Trails in the Sky, FC, then you get SC, and then you have Trails in the Sky the Third. Then you got the Crossbell arc, which consists of 2 games, which is Trails from Zero and Trails to Azure. And then you have the Cold Steel arc. Once you get the Trails of Cold Steel 3, it becomes almost essential, especially in Cold Steel 4, pretty much essential, that the game series pretty much counts on the fact that you've experienced those previous to Cold Steel, or excuse me, previous to Trails arcs. Path Dingo Trails has a really good story summary playthrough where it skips all the combat. All you see is just the story related content behind all 5 of those games. And I highly recommend Path Dingo Trails. Maybe I should include a link to his channel as well on my description on this stream, where you can watch the games from those. It takes, if I had to guess, an average of 30 hours in a game to watch those instead of, you know, 60 to 100 hours a game if you were to play through them yourselves, if you don't have the time. Now, I highly recommend you play them through them yourselves if you have the time, obviously. But if you don't, Path Dingo Trails does a really good job. He also includes the Japanese voiceovers from those 2 previous arcs as well. Oh, please do. His videos, man, he's so underrated. Path Dingo Trails. I wouldn't have gotten to know both of those arcs if I hadn't gone through his channel. Honestly, you get to feel those characters in those other arcs so much more because you hear their voices in addition to seeing their actions in game. And don't think of it as a tedious thing to try and catch up for CS3. Honestly, those 2 arcs are really enjoyable pieces of story created by Falcom. Even though they're just in 2D, the story is freaking amazing. And in some aspects, they're even better than Cold Steel. Especially the Crossbell arc. Crossbell arc is really cool. Just the setting of it, Lloyd and his detective crew and the SSS, how much shit they go through and how they come out of it. The Trails in the Sky arc is amazing. I feel like just because, you know, Bistel and Joshua's relationship and how they develop and how they come together and all the supporting characters around those 2. That's what I think makes the Sky arc is epic. But Path Dingo Trails' channel covers all of those, and I highly recommend that. Kuro, I totally agree with you on that one. If you get to CS2, in fact, I'll tell you guys right now, when I played through Cold Steel 2 for the first time, I hadn't yet experienced the previous 2 arcs. I played through Cold Steel 2 until I got to a certain part in Cold Steel 2 where I started playing as a character from a previous arc. I was starting to believe that I was missing too much, and I said, you know what? I'm going to stop my playthrough right here. I'm going to take a break from Cold Steel, and I'm going to go ahead and play the Crossbell arc. And then I'll return to this game. And I'm so glad that I did. Even though at first I thought, man, I got to do it just because I got to, because I feel like I'm missing too much. I really enjoyed watching that arc. It was like watching a movie, having some sort of series to watch every day for 2-3 weeks. It was really cool. So I highly recommend the Crossbell arc and the Sky arc. Now I will say the Crossbell arc it continues from the Sky arc. So if you're gonna go ahead and just watch those playthroughs, I suggest you go ahead and just watch with Path Dingo Trails' first Trails in the Sky FC video, and just watch through all 5 of those games. I guarantee you, you can harp on me on my channel, you can leave crappy comments if you want to, but I'm pretty dang sure you're gonna enjoy those games. If you enjoy Trails of Cold Steel, and maybe part of Trails of Cold Steel 2, I really think you're gonna enjoy watching the playthrough on Path Dingo Trails' channel of Trails in the Sky, FC, SC, the third, and then also Trails from Zero and Trails to Azure. And then when you're done with all that, Cold Steel 1, Cold Steel 2, once you play a Cold Steel 3, it will feel like an epic story. And then Cold Steel 4 is just gonna make it it's just gonna be the icing on the cake when you know every single character in the Trail series, and you're familiar with their behaviors, their actions, and even all the side characters that you see. There's a whole bunch of side characters from all those arcs that also have their own individual stories. That's really what sets the Trail series apart from any other series or JRPG game, right? So I highly recommend you guys check that out, and I'll be sure to, after this stream is finished, to add that to the description on this video. Kuro, that's also correct. Be very careful. In fact, if you're watching this video right now, we're playing through quite a spoilery part of the very last game in the currently, at least the last game in the Trails series that's currently available. I'm going to be skipping any. Obviously, I'm not playing any subtitles, so you won't. If you can't read Japanese, you won't at least you won't know what they're saying. And also, I'm skipping any cutscenes, so you won't see any cutscenes happening. But you might see some characters that pop up that you're kind of like that you may consider spoilery. So that's why I've got the spoiler warning on the top right corner. Zane. So Zane asked if you don't watch or play the previous arcs, can you still understand the storyline somewhat? Zane, you can understand the storyline somewhat, but you're going to see, especially in Cold Steel 4, you're going to see a lot of characters come up, many characters come up, that you have no idea who they are. It's kind of like if you were to, the best analogy I like to use is the Avengers. So like, you say you were to watch Avengers Endgame, and you hadn't watched Thor, you hadn't watched Captain America, or any of the Captain America games, you hadn't watched, hey, maybe Black Panther, you have no idea who those characters are, right? But you've seen the other ones. Maybe you've seen a couple of the other ones, but you haven't seen the other one, Thor and Black Panther. It's kind of like that. You wouldn't fully appreciate the game and how it ties together all the different story arcs. So you know how every story has their own arcs, but the whole Trail series as a whole has a one grand arc. You won't fully appreciate that grand arc unless you have experienced playthrough yourself or watched a playthrough of those previous arcs. Does that make sense? Be careful not to get spoiled on the story. Yep, that's true. And yes, Trails 4 is pretty spoilery. I do my best in my streams, on my solo streams, and also with Lady on Friday nights, to try my best not to show any subtitles or cutscenes that might spoil some people. It depends on the person, right? Some people consider other things more spoiler than others.
任せろや。はっ、僕の番だな。貫け。こんなところで立ち止まっていられない。
There's some Makia action for you there. So I've had a bunch of Ash action. I'm gonna go and swap him out. Let's see. Who should I add in? Elliot or Sarah? We've already had some Usis in there. I'm gonna put some Sarah action in there. How about that? Kuro, you couldn't say it perfect enough. Honestly, all the games in the Trail series just builds up to CS4, and CS4 is just like a culmination of all the things that have happened, and it brings all the arcs together. And that's why I consider Cold Steel 4 my favorite game, because although it's one game, it really does the best job that it can for one game of bringing all the arcs together. Mana Kenya. Another great game. I never heard of that game. I'm gonna have to take a look at that one. If it's turn-based like the Trail series, that's very interesting to me because I have a hard time finding any good modern turn-based RPGs these days. Most people tend to favor action RPGs, which I tend to struggle at. Just I like to take my time and make sure that all the characters that I play with have a contribution to the action in the combat. Since a couple of you guys seem to be only familiar with the Cold Steel 1 game, or maybe Cold Steel 2, I suspect it's because it just released on PS4. Maybe what I'll do is make sure that it's just, I'll switch out Kurt for maybe another old Class 7 character. Let's see, Elliot, how about that? You get Elliot, Machias, Gaius, and then of course you got everybody's favorite instructor. Although I think I'm about to come to a boss fight, but we'll be able to play as these guys again soon. Super salty. Awesome. Glad to hear it. Wait, you started with Cold Steel 2? Interesting. Okay. So you play Cold Steel 2 without ever playing Cold Steel. You're the first person I've ever met that's started with a game in the middle of an arc. Zane, you and me both 100%. Oh my goodness, I can't put enough emphasis on that. I'm so sad, and it's pretty much made me decide I'm just gonna watch somebody play through it instead of buy it myself and play through it myself, because I've never, for example, I've never played Final Fantasy 15. It does not feel like an RPG to me. It's just an action. Boom, boom, boom. I like to sit and take my time and really contemplate my actions for my characters versus just go, you know. I'm bummed about that, but the story of FS7 is amazing. I'm not gonna harp on that at all. I love that story, and I'll definitely watch it. But I'm probably not gonna play through it myself. And yeah, the graphics look phenomenal as well. Absolutely. Okay, so this boss here gets a little bit hairy. I probably did it just a little too early. Whoops. Well, y'all get to see Elliot's craft. Elliot's everybody's favorite cinnamon roll. He's amazing in CS 1 and 2. True that, Kuro. True that. Shit, this is the part where they start to, they go into Super Saiyan mode. So I've heard really good things about the Tales series, and I'll admit that I actually have not really tried those series before, but I do intend to sometime in the future. But what I will say is that I definitely got into the Xenosaga series, not Xenoblade, but Xenosaga. Xenosaga, believe it or not, was supposed to be a 6-game series. It was supposed to be the first series that attempted what Trails is doing here. But what happened was Xenosaga 2 didn't sell as well as they hoped, and so they condensed all of Xenosaga 3, 4, 5, and 6 into Xenosaga 3, and it was sad. It was a good game, but I was so sad that they weren't going to continue the series from the book called Perfect Works. Oh, super! I'm so happy to hear that I have another Xenosaga fan joining me. That's awesome. I love that series so much, and the fact that it was turn-based, and it was just so cool, so cool. I'd say it was the first JRPG series I ever really got into. She's about to whoop her ass, so let's see, what can I do? I'm gonna have to swap out, guys, because I need to whoop some ass. Just to wrap this part up. I see some uses that's scrapped. Alright. What kind of arts can I use? Let's try some good stuff here. So Kuro, Oh, sorry, Super. You said you wish Xenoblade 2 hit the mark as hard as Xenoblade did. I can't say that. I have not played any of the Xenoblades, and it's partially because I just have a hard time playing any kind of action RPGs. I'm pretty much a purist when it comes to turn-based, but I have seen some gameplay. I've seen some of the characters and some of the cutscenes, and I think it looks like a pretty cool story, for sure. Let's see. So I can't comment on your comments. One of the best character development in the Tales game, if not the best. Tales of Abyss. Interesting. I've never heard of Tales of the Abyss before. It's a PS2 classic? Okay. Is it turn-based? Just out of curiosity, is Tales of Abyss a turn-based JRPG series or game? Or is it more action RPG? By the way, I have just to note, I have played, if an action RPG is good enough, I have played one action RPG series before. One. And only one. Tales of... It's an action RPG.
やったねやったわね
まだまだこれからだ
Style Shift Linear Motion Battle System.
やったぞ
Okay. I've heard so much good things about the Tales series, even though it's not turn-based. I've heard very many good things about it, and I because of that, I do intend, whenever I have some time, of course, I probably will dip my toes into it. I think the next a non-turn-based RPG game that I'm gonna play is probably Tokyo Xanadu EX, because it was on sale recently for like $12 on Steam, and it's a Falcom game, and Falcom is freaking amazing. So I'm thinking about giving Tokyo Xanadu a try. Let's see, the first RPG game for me that does not use turn-based. Tales of Berseria. Okay, Tales of Berseria. Okay, Zane. Tales of Berseria. I'll make a note to make sure that that's after Tokyo Xanadu, of course. That'll be the next non-turn-based RPG I'll give a shot. I've seen so many good reviews about it, about the game and the story behind that, so I'll be sure to give that a try. Oh, so now we're back to the girls' team.
行くよ崩れたアリサよろしくわかったえいそこ
Super, so since you played Tokyo Xanadu in the past, I'm assuming based on your comment, I heard that Toa is actually in both universes. Maybe I'm misunderstanding, but it sounds like Toa is the only character that's in both Tokyo Xanadu and the Trail series. What do you think about that? I think that's pretty freaking cool. I'm not gonna lie, that's pretty much one of the main reasons why I'm really curious about the Tokyo Xanadu series. And also I'm hoping that it kind of brings some of the Persona 5 vibes. Kuro, do you, Trails of Nayuta, so Nayuta no Kiseki would be the Japanese name of that game. Do you feel like the Nayuta no Kiseki actually shows the Grandmaster a lot more, maybe more of her face, more of her character, more of who they are and their intentions? Because I have heard that, I've heard the theories that the Grandmaster reveals themselves more in Nayuta. And Nayuta seems to be the game that's pushed the least, at least in the Falcom subreddit. Alright, I'm probably going to replace Muze on her next turn with Best Girl. Let's see. You hope not? what'd you think of Trails of New Utah? Did you like the game? Did you actually play through the whole game? And I'm assuming you know Japanese because I'm not aware of any English patches for that game. Although I may be totally uninformed. Honestly, that's probably the game that I'm the least in the know about when it comes to Trail series. I'm probably gonna have to swap. Let's go ahead and swap here. One English match, okay. Do you know if it's available on the on PC? 'Cause I actually don't. I lost my PSP quite a while ago. I'm not sure where it's at. To be honest with you. Oh, I haven't shown any Emma to you guys. Alright, here's some Emma action for y'all. Emma is... Oh my goodness, guys. Emma's story, once you guys get some context for what I'm actually doing here, y'all are going to love her story. Especially if she's your waifu. Because she's got some really deep plot points. She's a very critical, a very important part of the story. Her family and herself. Look forward to it. It's gonna be awesome. It's gonna be awesome. PSP, all right. Super. You are my new favorite person. Her and Victor's story, especially in the last half of the arc, is so it's freaking epic. How she grows with Reen, how she deals with the things that happen. You know, I want to try my best not to spoil too much since a lot of y'all seem to have only played some of the the first games. Man, oh man, I love Laura's character. I love her history, her town, Lohengrin Castle, Victor, her father, and even in CS2 you get a little bit of how she tries to fill in the role of her dad in certain parts. And CS4 that comes comes full circle. You're gonna love it. Please look forward to it. It's gonna be awesome. Oh, and see, yeah, how she gets along with Fee, yeah, that too. That's a really good part. Man, dude. I'm glad somebody understands. I can appreciate, the other choices. I really can. I really can. But Laura, man, oh man, I feel like she's just meant to be. Especially if you watch her CS4 bonding events. Oh my goodness. I'm a sucker for that stuff. In Act 4 of Cold Steel 4, man oh man. Kuro. Do you think Laura joins the Bracers? I don't know if she joined the Bracers. I think she's her own thing. She's part of the Arcade school, right? She teaches and she continues the Arcade school of swordsmanship. It's separate from the Bracers. Now the Bracers are they do have a branch within Legram, and I think that they're related very closely, but I don't think she's actually part of it. She's not a Bracer herself. Does that make sense? Let's see. The first time I hear some of the characters' Japanese voice actor, I instantly know from which anime they're from. Oh, okay. So you must watch a lot of anime with English subtitles rather than English dubs, and I can respect that. Typically, when I watch anime, I watch the English sub first before I watch the English dub. So I'm there with you on that one.
よし、やったわ。やったね。やったわ。やりました。精進あるのみだ。
Took Japanese in high school, so I'm both ways unless it's code kiosk. This time you have for the dub. All right. I have to say that dubs have come a long way since their 90s counterparts, right? The English dubs have there's a lot of English dubs that do a really good job. My favorite anime series. I'm sorry if you don't agree with me, and I understand there's so many anime out there, but I love SAO. I'm an SAO diehard. I love Kirisuna and their relationship. I'm a sucker for that stuff. Sorry, you call me plain, but I love it. The voice actors, the English voice acting behind that series is done really well, I think, and in many other animes as well. So I think English dubbing has gone very favorably as of the past decade. Japanese. So I actually just recently finished taking Japanese. I took my first Japanese course in college. See, I'm just to be honest, I'm a full-time employee accountant at the place that I work at, and I'm at the beginning of my career. But I decided to go back to college and take Japanese because of the Trail series. I'll say that much, and I'm very glad I did. I learned a lot of Japanese in the very first class that I took. Oh, whoa, okay, we're playing. Alright, guys. This is the character that I'm talking about that's going to bring a lot of spoilers. Alright. And I hope I didn't talk while the cutscenes were playing. I meant to skip the cutscenes. I apologize, guys, if you saw some cutscenes while I was talking. You hate kanji, katakana, hiragana, fine, I'm reading that. Zane, I'm there with you. I can read all katakana, hiragana. Kanji, I'm definitely learning. But I will say, like, the first kanji that I did learn in my first class, when I was able to actually write it on the whiteboard in front of my class, whenever the teacher said, "Hey, write this, and I'll give you points for it," I felt like a total complete badass when I was able to write the kanji. And also kanji, you're able to write so. Normally, you'd have to write a shit ton of hiragana, but kanji you can pretty much with one kanji you can write a whole sentence, and it's really cool to be able to condense it so neatly, right? That's one of the things I do like about kanji. Arts. I'm not going to say who this character is, just because I'm too nice. Right. I'll leave that to you guys' imagination. The good version of Gale? Super, we're about to find out. game. There you go, buddy. He sure does. Alright. People telling in YouTube you can learn Japanese in 6 months. The Japanese is one of the... I actually looked online, and Japanese is one of the most complicated languages you can learn if English is your native language. It's rated tier 5 out of 5. Spanish being tier 1, you know, Chinese being tier 4. Japanese is tier 5, requiring tens of thousands of hours for mastery. Japanese is one of the most difficult languages to learn. And 6 months is you can learn a lot in 6 months. Believe it or not, you can learn a lot in 6 months. You can probably learn how to have a general basic conversation with someone if you were to say to go visit Japan, but definitely not like to be fluent. Let's see. I don't know. Don't remember. Does he have the good word? Yep. Play pretend. Farming to Watashi no Bandana? Watashi no Bandana? Indeed. So let's get to the good stuff. How do you feel as McBurn as a character? McBurn. Indeed the good stuff, right? When I see what McBurn, his involvement in the Cold Steel arc, let's just say I'm really looking forward to seeing what happens with him in the next arc, because what's revealed about him at the end of this arc is pretty insane, and I'm really looking forward to seeing what he decides to do. He doesn't seem, man, I can't spoil too much, but he seems to kind of do his own thing, you know, after he regains his memories and figures out who he is, right? Let's see. Maybe I'll watch a lot of him, but I don't know it's that difficult. So I took 1 semester. How about this, Zane? If it helps, I took 1 semester of college level Japanese. Japanese 1101 is what I took, or 1001. And I feel like I can. My brother is actually a Japanese major. He's actually going to college to. He's majoring in Japanese, and he plans on going to Japan on the JET program to teach English. Teach English in Japan, and I'm able to have conversations with him purely in Japanese just after 1 semester. Me and him talk on the phone, and we just talk in Japanese, and our buddies have no idea what the hell we're saying because there's a lot of stuff in Japanese that it sounds nothing like what you'd think. So it's really cool to talk to him in Japanese and nobody understands what we're saying. I will say that. And there's a lot of other things that I notice in anime and also in the Trail series, and I'm picking up on more since I've taken that course. Now you have to make sure you take that course seriously though. I put my all into that course to get an A out of it. It's definitely not an easy. It's not an easy language. It's not something that'll just come to you naturally. It's definitely quite challenging. Do you think? Let's see. Hold on. Let me go in order here. Yeah, a lot of potential to wrap him up, right? Here's what I look forward to now. Since the ending seems work. He was wrapped up wonderfully. He was wrapped up pretty good. It was wrapped up pretty good. I do like how they handled Crow's character. You give up after 3 because kanji hard to memorize. So I can't speak for that, Zane, because I haven't taken more than one course. So I'm not sure after the second or third course if the kanji becomes more and more complicated. Perhaps it does. What I try to do is I try to look at kanji and try my best to figure out some way, some trick to memorize what it means. Some stupid thing in my head to go, oh, that's what that kanji means, or that's how you pronounce it, that kind of thing. That's what I try to do in my head. I come up with some funky way to memorize every kanji, or even kata. Honestly, when I was learning kata, I was applying the same kind of memory thing, memory trick. Do you think the Trails of the Sky equals low or very hard Japanese? So Kuro, I played through, or not played through, I actually watched Path Dingo Trails' playthrough, story playthrough, which is really good, and I picked up all the story as well. All the dialogue was in English, all the text was in English, but the voice acting was all in Japanese. And I can say that after taking Japanese, I was able to understand a lot more of the Japanese. And so when I saw the English text that went along with it, I noticed several differences. But it was really cool knowing what they were actually saying in Japanese. I'd say a lot of it was, it's a mix. It's a high mix. How about that? There's a lot. I'm sure there's a lot of complicated Japanese that I had no clue what they were saying. But then I noticed a lot of the common Japanese as well. I don't think you'll really fully understand a Trails game, though. From my understanding of Trails games, to require understanding in Japanese of a full Trails game, you're going to need to be at a pretty high proficiency level of Japanese. And sorry, I keep kind of playing slow in the game. Since it's me by myself tonight, I don't have Lady to help, to talk with you guys while I'm trying to play through the game. So I'm doing my best to field all y'all's comments and chat comments while I'm playing at the same time. Let's see here. Does this version of Cold Steel have the optional character you can attain your party? Do you know his name? This optional character. ZMK2143. I am not quite sure if there's an optional character you can attain. I didn't know there was an optional character. I figured, I'm not aware of one. I could be mistaken, but I believe that all the characters in the story come together, whether you like it or not. I'm not sure if there's an optional one. I could be totally clueless. I could be missing something. But the good thing is, when I watch anime in RAWs, I have an idea what they're saying. Absolutely, you know some Japanese, even if it's basic, or even JP 1, 2, and 3. Heck, I've only taken Japanese 1. I can't imagine taking 2 and 3, and I've learned so much just with the first class. Man, taking 2 more classes of that, I'm sure you understand a whole lot more than I do. Oh no, take your time. I'm having a good time. I'm happy to hear that, Salty. Happy to hear that. I don't think CS4 has one. I'm not sure either. Let's see. I heard it saying something like Mick. Oh god damn. Man, you get temporary characters though. Yeah, you definitely get temporary characters, Salty. So you get, let's see, you get characters that are not like full-on characters that have quartz that you build up or equipment that you equip. Those are your temporary characters that will join in for certain parts of the story, then then leave, then come back later. Maybe those kind of characters. Those would be your temporary characters, but they're still very important parts of the story. You're gonna, yes, Zane. You got those are the 3 different alphabets of Japanese. Hiragana and kata you will learn in your very first Japanese class. So hiragana and katakana are just sounds. Hiragana is a Japanese, the word, it's used for Japanese objects and words. Katakana is used for names that are not Japanese. Like if an American person were to go to Japan, like John, let's just come up with the most basic American name, John, right? It's going to be spelt in katakana with katakana characters. Whereas like Takahashi, that'll be in hiragana, or really it'll be in kanji, because it's an actual Japanese name. So all these characters that you see in Trail series, they're all in katakana, so they're not Japanese names, but they're all spelt in katakana because of that. What's really cool is, and I'll show it after this battle. You can actually see the characters' names written out in this game in Romaji, which is Japan's way of saying Latin letters, like, you know, our alphabet, the 26-letter alphabet. And I'm definitely not professing here to be a professional at Japanese. I've only taken one semester Japanese, so I could be totally off here. But I think it's pretty cool. So, like, let's go ahead and look at orbment here for. Let's look at best girl here. I don't know, so let's look at status. See, you see on the far right there where you got best girl and her name there. It says Laura S. Arcade in Latin letters. In fact, it's even more so. It's in cursive, which isn't even taught in America. At least it's not taught in American schools anymore. I learned cursive in 3rd grade. But from what I've learned, is that they don't even teach that in 3rd grade anymore. So yes, in katakana, it's pronounced rara, ra, but we say Laura. And then you got, you know, Emma. For y'all Emma fans out there, Emma Milstein. And below that, you've got the katakana letters that sound just like that. So you see the katakana Emma, Mirustin, I have a question, but it's slightly spoiled. Depends on how you look at it. Super, you can go ahead and ask it, but I reserve the right not to answer it. How about that? And try to be aware that there are other people in the chat that might read your question. How about that? I'll let you decide. Be considerate. How about that? I trust you. If it's too spoiler, I trust that you will refrain. Maybe send me a PM or something. How about that? You don't like katakana. So at first I was the same way, Kuro. I was like, man, this katakana, I got a whole nother alphabet to learn. Another 46 or 48 layers I gotta memorize so that I don't fail this class. But I reviewed with my brother. Thankfully, I do have the blessing that I have my brother, who's a Japanese major himself, to help me memorize some of this stuff. And after looking at the flashcards, I got the flashcards for katakana and hiragana. They helped me a ton. That taught me tricks as to the shapes of the katakana and memorizing them based on that. Imagining them as a picture. And even with that, even though I started memorizing them really well, I'll admit, even when I showed up for a quiz in my Japanese class, my mind would just totally blank out, and I'd be like, oh crap, how do I write this? And how do I write a he in katakana? I remember how to do it in Hero, but I can't freaking remember how to write a he in kata. Damn it. Damn it. Happened to me plenty of times.
あらゆる武器の運用データを知性のさ少なくともロークは惜しまないみたいな
How do you feel about the S-Crafts? I feel a little let down. Most of the important ones got 2. Others just got upgrade versions of the ones they had in CS3. I like the S-Crafts a lot in Cold Steel 3 and 4. Cold Steel. So if you're talking about just Cold Steel 4, yes, there are some that just came straight out of CS3. I see what you're saying there, but I love them, man. I love them. Even though my Laura has the same one from CS3, it didn't bother me too much. In fact, it's actually really important, Laura's S-Craft in particular, because it's the exact same S-Craft. You can lay them over with you know the current successor of the Arcade School, Sir Victor S. Arcade. You watch him do the same S-Craft, it's the exact same, and it's very, very fitting. I remember when I played CS1 for the first time. The very first time, I was a total newbie to the Trail series. Okay, I played through, and I saw that Reen requested a duel from Victor. I'm like, dude, don't do it! I was telling him, I was like yelling at my screen, why are you doing this? He's gonna kick your ass. Why are you doing this? Sure enough, he didn't listen to me. And then I saw freaking Victor's S-Craft in that, and I was like, oh god, I told you, Reen, you done fucked up now. So Kuro says, in CS1 and 2, the Rain Harem was quite annoying. What part of the harem do you think was annoying? What parts of the harem do you think annoyed you? Was it because there was too many characters? Do you think there was one character in particular that just made it, just kind of ruined it a little bit? Like, what aspect of it do you think made it annoying to you? I'm just curious. Because there are quite a few people that share your opinion, especially for CS4. Because in CS4 there's a ton of harem stuff. Let's see, super. You excited for CS3? Abso-freaking-lutely. I'm really excited to see how the English voice acting performs. Mostly the same exact cast from CS1 and 2. I can't wait to see how they perform. And also, I'm going to be able to explore a lot more of the side character dialogue and NPC dialogue. Super, you think Elisa was too forced? Okay, I'm gonna say right before I say anything first. I can appreciate Elisa as a choice for Reen. Okay, I'll say that right up front. I appreciate Elisa for choice. They had plenty of development and cutscenes for her that have her blind with Reen. It's personally my opinion, totally my opinion, and I totally understand if other people have different opinion. I felt like Elisa wasn't. I kind of agree with you that Reen or Elisa wasn't quite as good of a fit for Reen as some of the other choices. Let's see, but I can totally understand why people do relate with Elisa. Absolutely, and I respect that. All girl, no teacher and student. True that. Laura for the win before your bonding event. Zane, 100%. Thumbs up to you, my friend. That's why I love to really again. Direct getting lower and director of the. So Kuro, if you don't like so Kuro, if you, I can't remember if you said this before, but have you seen the previous arcs? Because in the previous arcs before Cold Steel, there's actually very little, especially in Sky. There's no harem at all. In fact, there's benefits to not having a harem, right? So in Trails in the Sky, there's no harem. You've got Estelle and Joshua, and then all the amazing characters that go along with them. In the Crossbell arc, you got Lloyd, and there's a few potential love interests, but it's not like a big, huge thing like it is in Cold Steel. Now in Cold Steel, it is a bigger thing. I just choose to make the most of it, choose my favorite, and proceed with it, and enjoy the story, because the story is amazing. Try your best. I recommend if you like Trail series so far, try not to let it bother you too much. Not trying to let it bother you too much, because I have a feeling that they're gonna push it further. I prefer that they don't have any harem. Personally, that they don't have any kind of harem stuff going in the future. But I just think it's inevitable. That's what's gonna happen. Let's see. Sam, what's your favorite turn-based RPG of all time? Turn-based. If I had to pick one game, it would be Persona 5. If I had to pick a favorite series, it would be Trails. So there you go. Sky is the Joshua and Estelle show. Absolutely. Crossbell, Lloyd and Ellie. So Kuro, Lloyd and Ellie is definitely not anything near the relationship that Joshua and Estelle had. Joshua and Estelle had a relationship that was so detailed, with so much meaning, and a lot of it is because it wasn't a harem, it wasn't a choice. It was written into the story as part of the story, especially at the end of SC. Several cutscenes, several events that happen at the end of SC, Trails in the Sky, second chapter that is, between Joshua and Estelle that were so freaking amazing, that honestly brought a tear to my eye. That really got the feels going. That I never felt for Ellie and Lloyd. In fact, Ellie, I'd argue, I feel like they didn't really develop Ellie nearly enough as they should. I feel like they developed Brisha more than they developed Ellie. Hey, Electric Failure, welcome. Thanks for joining. I get Cold Steel is the high school feel. So Cold Steel, that's only for maybe the first part of the first game, Super. It's kind of the high school feel in the beginning of Cold Steel 1, but that I'm going to tell you right now that changes pretty damn quickly, especially when you start Cold Steel 2. Shit goes down pretty quick. Too much rain. I'm gonna pursue. They're in school, so a harem should be called. Yes, Persona, the high school thing, sure, okay. But I do like Persona 5. I like that game. I like the turn-based system. I like the story behind it. I like for a single game, I like how Persona 5 handles it. How about that? But for a series, Trails is, and I prefer the series more than the game. Trails knocks it out of the park. And Ao no Kiseki, if you do all the bonding events, Lloyd only kiss Ellie. Yeah, he kisses Ellie and he confesses to her, and it's a pretty, it's a cute scene. I remember seeing that, and I read the English translation of it. But it felt to me kind of like the whole Reina Lisa thing. It felt kind of forced. It felt kind of forced. I didn't. I don't know. This is only my opinion. I'm sure there's people out there that, hey, more power to you. If Ellie's your girl for Lloyd, hey, respect, man. But I don't know. I didn't feel that too much myself. If they had went and developed Ellie as a character more by herself, I feel like they really should have done that a little more. They could have gone. So you know how Maria Bell and Ellie, their relationship, if they had developed that relationship a little more, maybe they could have gone into the depths of Ellie a little more that way. For you, Lloyd is single. I wouldn't say that. I can't say too much because there's a couple things that happen with Lloyd, starting as early as CS3, the end of CS3. So I'll let you go to play CS2 even. Excuse me, as early as late CS2. So play CS1 and CS2, and you'll see. You'll see.
行くわよ。はあ。
行くぜ。
行きますわよ。食らいなさい。
However, before you play CS2, the end of CS2, once I took control of Lloyd in CS2, that's when I saw and took control of him. I was like, you know what? I need to stop right here and at least watch a playthrough of Zero no Kiseki and Ao no Kiseki because I felt like I was just missing too much. And I highly recommend you do the same because when I came back to that same point in the game again after having watched through those two games, I was so thankful that I did. I was so much more invested because I've seen reviews out there that played through that last part of CS2 having not experienced the crossbow arc, and they didn't appreciate it at all. They're like, this is just a boring part of the game. Who's this character, you know? So that's exactly why I recommend to everybody, please play Crossbell. There's ways to play through that game in English, or watch somebody else play through it on, for example, on Path Jingo Trails' channel. Kuro, for me, Regia is Lloyd's pairing. It's Lloyd Regia for me. And when in the future videos that I'm doing with LadyVirgilia, I'll be doing a lot of the narrating behind Regia's story in her crossbell summaries. And I'm really looking forward to it. I'm really excited because Regia is one of my favorite characters in the series.
Yeah. 行きますわよ。はあ。そりゃ。
She have Louis' skills, Which skill are you talking about in particular? Duplicate, like make a clone of herself. Sorry, my microphone quality is crappy. I'm actually ordering it. I have a new microphone on order because I'm gonna be. I need a better microphone to help narrate with LadyVirgilia's videos. So I should sound a little more clear in my streams as well. Louis Clone. Rufina is awesome too. Trails of the Sky III is an awesome game. Awesome game. I love it. People, I think that's one of the games that people consider skipping the most, and oh, you're doing yourself a disservice. Such a disservice if you skip that game. Kevin and Reese are freaking amazing. Freaking amazing. Excuse me, guys. Sorry for coughing. I got a little bit of cold here. Let's do this here. So yeah, Trails in the Sky the Third is, to me, next to the end of Cold Steel 3 and Cold Steel 4, one of the most darkest games. One of the most darkest games in one of the darkest games in the series. And the setting kind of helps contribute to that. Kuro, that's definitely one of the biggest. That's probably one of the biggest, if not the biggest part. Ren's story. Ren is one of the most incredible characters. Her development, her story in that arc, is absolutely insane. One of the most important ones. And how she also her story arc continues into the Crossbell arc as well. And at the end of Zero no Kiseki, you see that the payoff, and it's just freaking amazing. I love it. I love it so much. And in Cold Steel 4, I'll go ahead and say you're going to get some more of that for Ren. For y'all Ren lovers out there, her character develops even more, and there's more to it, and there's more foreshadowing. How about that? So look forward to it. I can't show that to you guys. That's to me, that's like forbidden territory. That's too good. You all need to see that for yourselves. You may have seen part of it in my stream playthrough if you want to look for my stream playthrough playlist, but I don't think I'm gonna actually stream it with commentary like this. Kuro, that would be pretty damn cool, wouldn't it? Whenever you get the CP, can you use SS Craft? Okay, you got it, man. Let's get some S Craft. Gaius S Craft coming up. Super Salty Legend ordered it up. And Gaius' S Craft is freaking amazing. It might be a little spoilery, but Nonetheless, it's still pretty freaking amazing.
貴族の義務果たさせてもらうぞ
Kuro, because unfortunately that's a con to the whole harem thing, right? If the girl is an option of the MC, the other guys in the party, they become ineligible for any other guys in the party, right? The other girls. It's unfortunate, it really is. It's too bad.
まだまだこれからだ
Alright.
お宝じゃねえか
Uses get yes, the uses thing, yeah, but there's a reason for that. There is a reason for that, for sure. Next battle, we're gonna see some S-Craft.
一気に行くぞ
These things are about to get totally annihilated by Gaius' S-Craft.
絶空砲力の力思い捨てるがいい我が深淵にてきらめく金色の刻印よその高き方向をもって我が槍に無双の力を与えよ
So, yeah. Totally screwed them up.
任せてくれはあ崩れたここだよし僕たちの勝利だなああいい手応えだ
封鎖された扉
ああ解除できる端末を探すぞ 一気に行くぞ 打ちのめすぞクレイジーハント行くぞゾーン任せてくれ食らえここだここだ
So I don't know if you guys are watching my Friday night stream, but you know how I was promising Lady that I'd have an all-male party? Well, here it is, but unfortunately I can't show it to her because it's too spoilery. That's right.
こんなところを通るのか
こ
Let's get a little bit of other people in action here. Get some Sarah. Best instructor.
ガンガン行くわよ。今よ。行くわよ。イエス。任せる。
Kuro, I'm there with you 100%. I think it's really cool what they did with Duvalie. Little complaints in the yeah, super salty. Yeah, they're pretty cool. They're pretty funny. I'm excited to see how the English BAs pull that off.
そこだ。僕の番だな。食らえ。崩れた。ここだ。よし。僕たちの勝利だな。ああ、いい手応えだ。僕の番だな。よし、解除した。
Alright.
とっとと戻って一気に突き進もうぜ。
Now we should be able to go through the door.
食らえ。速攻で決める。任せるがいい。行くぞ。僕の番だな。俺の番だ。小田さん。
Duvalie talking to Cass.
時が惜しい。
You want to learn
行くとしよう。
Super. I have a very deep hatred for Rufus. Very deep hatred for Rufus for a certain thing that he does in Cold Steel 4 that just absolutely made me lose my mind. I was so pissed. I was like, are you freaking, did he really just do that? Oh my goodness, I couldn't stop thinking about it for like a couple days. It messed with me so much. Ugh. Oh man. What he did, oh god, I was so devastated. Alright. Well, Kuro, Olivier is the flyest man this side of Mario. Straight up. He's like the Igor of the Trail series, right? He always comes back. He's in every single game. Well, CS4 is a little special case, but yes.
私の番だな。はい。玉よ。
So when I played through Trails in the Sky FC the first time, Olivier was, to me, a very annoying character, but slowly he kind of grew on me.
でもよかった。リンさんもセリーヌも
And then eventually, before long, I was like, wow, this is a really freaking cool character. He's got a lot more shit going on than we even know.
ああ、このまま突き進むぞ。はい。了解です。おっしょ。こらしょ。立派な宝箱。速攻で決める。壮烈だ。行きます。今です。皆さんよろしくお願いします。任せて。
Zane. I'm there with you, man.
排除する。クリア。まだ気は抜けないね。各種ステータスアップです。
Thank you very much, guys, for joining. If there's any characters that you guys want to see in action, you want to see some S-crafts, let me know in the chat, and I'll make sure you guys can see them.
造作もなかったな。ええ、いい感じでしたね。
This is CS4, so you might see some characters that are kind of blurry, but I'm not gonna have any subtitles going or any cutscenes playing, so you won't have any context of what's actually going on. If any of you guys have seen the end of CS4, you all know what's in here. And the party's currently talking about it too. That's all I'll say about that. So, Some of you guys that just joined here, I just decided to play some highly spoilery stuff that I don't normally play for on my Friday night streams with Lady, because Lady is kind of new to the Cold Steel arc. She's just now getting the end of CS1, and I don't want to spoil her on some of these CS4 things. So I'm taking advantage of her not actually being in the stream to be able to play some of my favorite parts of Cold Steel 4. And this piece in particular, the setting that I'm in currently, is one of the most vital parts of the game, if I had to say so myself.
これって封鎖されてる。どこかに解除できる端末がありそうですね。正気ですね。壮烈だ。うん、任せて。ええ。行きます。
You think you could have done with more of the Vander kid? They did quite a bit with him though, considering he had 2 games of development, and also Kurt had to share development time with so many other characters. By the time Cold Steel 3 and especially Cold Steel 4 came along, there were so many characters that needed development. You got, let's just say that there's just so many characters that need development. I think they did the best they could. And that's why I think Kondo said, hey, I really feel like we need, a Cold Steel the 5th, The Harem Marine thing ruined a good, I'd say it squandered the opportunity of a lot, to be fair. It would have allowed them to do a lot more if they didn't have a Harem MC in the Cold Steel arc. So I need to go out first, actually. He could have bought more of the crossbow girl. Which one are you talking about? I'm really curious which crossbow chick you think Reen could have bonded with.
Mission completo だね。
Mission completo だね。
成長しちゃいました。
なるほど。これは狭いな。
そこだ。勝機ですね。ごめん、お願い。任せて。行くぞ。後期続きます。はい。アークス駆動。玉井よ。
Oh, that crossbow girl. Kuro, that's another opportunity that could have happened. if that harem hadn't been an option,
任せ
right?
て
Absolutely.
よーし
It's just one of the cons of having a harem MC kind of deal. Personally, I'm hoping the next arc has a femme MC
戦闘終了
and has a story similar, you know, a relationship similar to how Joshua and Estelle were. I think it would make for, hopefully it would make for the same epic kind of story like that one did. Estelle and Joshua's development through that trilogy was freaking amazing. And something that having a long series like Trails does
解除した
gives the developers the time needed to slowly develop characters instead of having to rush their
そろそろ
development,
筐
you
体と
know?
合流できそうですね
So they're able to show the player how the two characters slowly get closer and closer over time. And other characters as well, how they change and develop over time as well. It's really the most so damn unique, and I think it's the degree to which character development occurs in the Trail series is unique to any other series or game that I've ever seen. Absolutely, Kuro. Super. Did I leave? I didn't leave. Unless YouTube dropped me or something. I've been streaming this whole time.
狂気
I've been streaming for 2 hours straight. 2 hours and 5 minutes straight. Let's see. Oh wow, it's already 11 after 11 my time. I'll try to pick up the pace. Even though sure I do like, you know, cheating on my streams with a lady here, you know, doing some spoilery stuff. Unfortunately, it's during the week, and I gotta go to work the next day, so I can't stay up too late. So I'm gonna try my best to. I do want to get all the way through this before I have to stop streaming
いやー
tonight.
来たか S ウェポンの延長魔法騎兵ってやつらしいな
魔法兵と気候兵を合わせたような気
滅びよ
甘いわよ私の番ねはあ
行くぜアークス駆動
ええアークス駆動
滅びよ
Too bad Zero Arts doesn't work.
甘いわよ
Nice.
頼んでませんわ。さあこのまま先に進みますわよ。ま当然ね。であんたは記憶は戻ったわけね。
ああ、黒歴史なんかも含めて一切合切よな。少なくとも今はこいつの味方だ。安心しな。
仕方ないわね。仕方ないわね。私の番ね。それまあこんなものかしら。
Let me know if you want to see any more S-crafts, guys, or any characters in the party. After this segment, at least, right now, I'm the 4 characters that I've got in this party. There's no other support characters, so that it is what it is. But that'll change soon.
Yeah! 俺の番だな。こいつはどうだ。動くな。そこだ。
長すぎますわ。行きますわよ。行くわよ。それ私の番ですわ。ここですわ。
隙ありだぜ。さすがの速さじゃねえか。
まあこれでも筆頭ですから。魔女の使いが人型になれるとは思いませんでしたけど。好き好んでなりたい形じゃないからね。クリアノスより力は劣る分こういうのは得意なだけよ。
お前さんにもいろいろあるんだね。
余計なお世話。仕方ないわね。行くわよ。いや今よ。しっかりしなさいってば。で敵機体の筆頭大使がなんで手を貸してるわけ？
そりゃそいつが心配だったからだろ。
私にもいろいろあるだけですよ。強敵です。注意なさい。
So I'm gonna attempt to speed this up for you guys just a little bit. Here we go.
タイト流の構え。
Pause Boss fights are us. And spoilers are us.
さあ、この胸に飛び込んできたまえ。
ごめん、お願い。任せてちょうだい。光よ、受け取ってみんな。
制裁。
見切った。私の番ですね。はあ、私の番だね。ミッションスタート。行くよ。
行くぞ。
こ
制裁。
見切った。やっ。
Yeah, Super, this OST is pretty dope.
任せて。せいや、崩れた。もらった。任せてちょうだい。やる。
私の番だな。アルゼイドが真髄、その身に刻むがよい。参る。
行きます。さてと、始めようか。それ。
Damn right, Super.
キャッチ。やー。パシッと。ダメ押し。リーサル。クルセイド。
なかなか情熱的だね。
Kuro,
悪
absolutely.
いけど君たちはここで終わりだ。いいだろう。
させない。
There we go.
任せるがいい。聖なる盾を守護せよ。任せてくれ。石化弾リロード。逃る気はしない。ここだ。ここだ。
任せなさい。はい、今よ。
そこだ。俺の番だ。なれ。俺の番だな。聖なる盾を
データを取らせてもらう。これでこちらのものだ。
任せなさい。今よ。行くわよ、ユーシス。
任せる。
任せてくれ。ここだ。崩れたぞ。
行け。
任せてくれ。食らえ。
I'm definitely gonna show Machias's S-Craft
いい
here.
だろう。
It's hilarious.
ええ。
任せてくれ。そこだ。
任せなさい。だ
任せるがいい。
任せてくれ。
石化弾リロード。
逃るはしない。ここだ。そこだ。ガイウス。ああ、食らえ。
データを取らせてもらう。これでこちらのものだ。
Girl, that's a very good question. I've never thought of that one before.
俺の番だ。そこだ。
任せなさい。
いいだろう。あとは任せた。
任せてくれ。そこだ。そこまでだ。強制観察を開始する。もう一丁。これでとどめだ。ジャスティスバット。絶空暴力の力、思い知るがいい。我が深淵にてきらめく金色の刻印よ。その高き方向をもって我が槍に無双の力を与えよ。
Super hit. Yeah, Machias's S-Craft is pretty cool. He empties the magazines until they go click.
当然暴薬将。
私の本気見せてあげる。しびれたかしら。
バンダールが双剣、とくと味わえ。行くぞ。うおー、とどめだ。ラグナスパイク。
なんだって。やれやれ、ずいぶん粘るね。
デュバリー、お前にも覚悟してもらう。
残念だけどここまでよ。
煮えとしての力も見せてもらうぜ。
There we go. Team time. Damn right, Super. So you guys are gonna miss a whole bunch of context here, but sorry, I ain't gonna rob you of that. Some very important things happen. How about that? When you experience them yourself through Cold Steel 4, or if you decide to watch my stream playthrough, you can see for yourself. And I do have all my stream playthrough and even my story walkthrough in the description of this stream. The soundtrack of this battle is one of my favorites. I just love these soundtracks. Falcom, JDK, sound team really outdid themselves. That's the warning that, oh, I'm about to screw you up. Oh well, nothing I can really do. All Tina's, huh? Let me see. Excuse me, so HP and EP 15%. Was that a regen or refresh? But it is pretty expensive, it's 5 BP though. So you definitely pay for it. Perfect reflect. Really? I had no clue of that. Yeah, the break, I like Eunice a lot because it does get you to do the break attacks more. I used hers a lot in my playthrough. Wow, it does give reflect. Wow. I never knew that. Wow, super. Holy crap. I definitely will save my, when I get a free turn to use those boosts on, I'll definitely use hers going forward because wow, that is definitely OP. I really so badly want to show you guys a story, but I'm not going to deprive you guys of an awesome, epic story. If you want to, you can watch it on my stream playthrough after you've gone through the other games, and watch my CS3 stream playthrough as well, or play through the game yourself. Of course, I recommend playing through it yourself over anything. But I'll let you guys experience it at that point. This is just a little taste of it. How about that? There's Toa, the girl who's in both Tokyo Xanadu and Trails. I'm letting too much cutscene run for you guys. You seeing too many characters. Oh, there's somebody's favorite. Like I said, in CS4 there's a lot of characters. From all the arcs. And that's why, it's one of the reasons why I really try to emphasize to players who are first looking into it that they should definitely try and at least watch a playthrough of someone going through the previous arcs. And I highly recommend Path Dingo Trails' channel for that, for the Sky arc and the Crossbow arc.
余興としてはちょうどよかろう。
さあ我らに力を示してみなさい。参る。
さてと行きます。
や
名前は
ーや
私の番ね。逃がさない。ファイヤーチャンス。クルト君お願い。
Another soundtrack, guys. We're getting flooded with soundtracks here, just full of epicness. Hey crew, thank you very much for joining, man. I'm gonna be going to bed soon after this, pretty much myself. This will probably be the last battle, if I had to say. Well, actually, somebody asked for Ren gameplay, so I might do just a little bit of Ren gameplay after this. Just a little bit. Not too much.
さてと無流なく起動。照射。
Have a good one. I'll see you next time, Kuru.
黒き炎よ。 名前は
参る。今だ。
全力します。
神道滅却。我が太刀は無。見えた。
なるほど。それなりにやりますね。
I don't know if there's another battle after this. Is there one more, or is that it? Might be a mech battle. Yeah, okay. So I'm gonna, at the request of a viewer, I can't recall who asked for it. Sorry about that. But I will do a quick little dose of Ren gameplay. But yes, that is it. Super. Don't get me wrong. The chapter we just played through really fast in 2.5 hours. Normally takes a lot longer because you get to experience all the juicy story behind it all. That's really an awesome part of this of Cold Steel 4. Don't judge Cold Steel 4 based off of this quick little thing, because the story behind everything you just saw is really quite amazing. So give me just a second to reload and do a quick dose of Ren. So have you, Salty, you have played through? Yeah, you played 1 and 2. So CS3 is a very long game. CS3 is a very good game too, and I highly recommend that you don't rush through anything. Take your sweet time and soak it all in, because every game in Trails, in my opinion, every game in Trails has their own way of being epic. Some of these characters and the development of these characters, and the overarching story, of course, between all the different arcs, it makes each and every game unique and epic and a lot of fun to experience. It's like watching a series every night. When I was watching through the previous arcs, I had so much fun watching. Even though I did have the goal in mind of getting back to Cold Steel, I really enjoyed watching Trails in the Sky and the Crossbow arc, for example. Okay. Oh, okay, cool, man. Yeah, so you've already played through 3 once. That's good news. Good to hear. I'm finally not spoiling anybody. Going for a plat too, man. Damn. I wish I had time for that. Alright. Ren gameplay and combat gameplay. Here you go. As you're requested. Oops. Hey man, just look at it as another adventure. You're gonna experience the English version and English translation. They get to experience all the English voice acting and maybe other things you may have missed due to translation. I mean, even though I've gone through CS3, I'm still really excited to see the English version. I'm really looking forward to it. what I'm gonna be interested in everybody's reaction to the end of CS3. So everybody's like, before CS3 was announced, everybody's crying for CS3 to be localized, right? Not crying, I should say, but begging for CS3 to be released. And I'm like, you guys asked for CS3, but you have no idea what you're asking for. You're gonna be CS3 to me has the steepest cliffhanger I've ever seen. You should be asking for both, not just the one. You need to be asking for both games. Everybody's gonna be like, "Oh my God, what the hell?" It's gonna be kind of funny. How much people are like, "No way, what happens?" They're not gonna want to wait. I wouldn't. If I didn't know, if I didn't import this game, I would have been the same way. I would have been like, what the hell? I gotta figure out what happens, and I can't wait any longer after seeing that kind of cliffhanger. In fact, hey Zane, have a good night. Thanks for joining me. I'll see you next time. In fact, when I finished my CS3 playthrough, when I saw that cliffhanger at the end of CS3, I immediately popped out the disc after the credits rolled, and I saved my clear file and popped in, and I broke open the seal on my CS4 case. So I'm like, originally I was planning on waiting until the next day to start my CS4 streams, and I was like, oh hell no, I can't wait. I'm starting right the fuck now. I couldn't even wait a couple hours, let alone a year and a half. Good God, that cliffhanger was insane. So I'm gonna show Ren's S-Craft here right now, just real quickly, because somebody asked for it. Because somebody asked for it. Yeah, the lore, absolutely. The lore behind everything. Absolutely. This S-Craft is so fitting for Ren, right? Make burn color palette. Nice. I didn't even know that. That's cool. Kurt's S-Craft. Your wish is my command.
行くぞ。はっ、崩したぞ。
甘々で行くわよ。大丈夫？任せなさい。殲滅完了。
おや、宝箱があるな。
やっ、チャンスね。えい。
バンダールが創建、とくと味わえ。行くぞ。ふわー、とどめだ。
私の番ね。
Phantom Raid, Super. You know what, Super? Maybe on my next stream I'll do a little Joshua love. Has some Bestel and Joshua action from CS4.
殲滅完了。お疲れ様。
Alright guys, it's getting pretty late here. It's about to be midnight my time, and I actually get up for work every morning at 5 o'clock in the morning on Eastern Daylight Time. So I'm going to have to end a stream here, but I really had fun streaming with you guys. Thank you very much for participating. Definitely, yeah. Thank you. I'm glad you found my channel, and happy you found my videos, and hope you enjoy them. Feel free to make any suggestions on any comments on the videos. I do check the comments on my videos. Every time I see them, I'll check the comments, and I'll do my best to respond to them if I get a chance. And thank you very much for sharing your thoughts and ideas. And thanks for joining on the stream. I hope to see you next time. Just so you know, I do stream with LadyVirgilia every Friday night. Pretty much every Friday night. We usually start stream sometime between 10 o'clock and midnight Eastern Daylight Time. What's really good about Friday nights is that I don't have to worry about work on Saturday because I don't work on Saturdays, right? So we usually stream pretty dang late on Friday night / Saturday mornings, and we usually do more non-spoiler stuff than what we did tonight because she has only played through. She's near the ending parts of CS1, so I'm doing my best, trying my hardest not to spoil her on any of the more critical plot points in the later parts of the arc. She has very good story summaries on her YouTube channel, so please check out her channel. I'll make sure to link her channel in my description once I'm done with this stream. LadyVirgilia, LadyVirgilia, all one word. If you can't remember certain plot points that occur in Trails in the Sky SC or TC, she has really good summaries on those. And she even gave me the opportunity to collaborate with her on her most recent one, the lore summary for Trails in the Sky 3rd. So please check her videos out. She does such good work. She does a lot of good video editing. I do stream content with a little bit of video editing. She really hones in on her video editing skills, and she's got some talent there. So please check her out. When I watched her videos, I saw things and I was like, oh, that's right, that happened. Oh, okay. Like certain things started to make sense more when I watched it again from somebody else's take in their summary. And it was really neat. one thing in particular that I thought was really cool was, what's it called? What's her name? Or his name? Campanella. How Campanella breaks the fourth wall in Trails in the Sky 3rd. I was like, what the hell? He actually did that. You know, it's just really cool to watch these summaries. You'll have you'll really enjoy it, and maybe it'll help you see things that you didn't catch during your first playthroughs. But with that being all said, thank you very much, guys, for tuning in. I hope to see you guys on Friday night on my stream. Hopefully, we'll start sometime between 10 p.m. and midnight. And until then, have a good rest of your week, and I'll see you this weekend. Have a good night.